Hi Virgo, welcome to the second half of August 2020. This is a general reading for Virgo for August 16th through the 31st of 2020. The general reading is really for the larger collective, and if it doesn't apply to you or feel like it fits, or that's okay. Take what fits. Keep in mind that it in some cases it may be about you, or it could be about a significant person that you know or are involved with, and also that gender issues here are not, or when they talk about sort of gender qualities, we're not talking about sex gender. It's just immutable. So with that, I have already shuffled the cards and asked for the angels and spirit guides to watch over them and give us some guidance here. And I also want to take a moment to say thank you for clicking on my new YouTube channel. It's still in the sort of creative process of tarot. As I see you, tarot, and I would appreciate if you would help support me by clicking the like and buttons, the subscribe to channel buttons, and the notification bell. All help with the YouTube algorithms and would definitely help me with my new channel here, and I appreciate your support in advance of that. So with that, we're going to start out. We have King of Pentacles. This represents your immediate sort of past influences that's and sort of enacting right now. This is the Ten of Cups. This represents your sort of immediate future of things that you are, and there might be some crossovers. So you may be experiencing it, you may have recently experienced it, or you're in the midst of experiencing it. This represents the Ace of Swords. Represents your sort of immediate future, what you sort of can prepare, or things that might be on the horizon for you. And this represents your challenges, and challenges here do not necessarily mean that you're going to have these challenges. It just means they could come up, and it's basically giving you an opportunity to sort of prepare for them if they do arise, and you can get through them much smoother. And finally, we have in our outcomes, our immediate outcomes, we have the Hangman, which is an interesting spot to be in. So now, here in our immediate past influences, this when you see the King of Pentacles, it represents typically the kings represent some sorts of authority here. But in our case, it's telling me that there's material wealth or financial abundance or a worldly success for you, Virgo. That the king here is a faithful provider, and he uses his ambition and confidence to create wealth for himself and his others, and he generates a self-worth and that is accumulated, and he's able to share that with others. It represents a fatherly figure providing advice or guidance or wisdom to others, particularly if they're in financial or work-related matters. So I'm picking up for some Virgos, perhaps this was something that you had discussions on in your immediate past here, where you were guiding, or people were asking you questions about something. Perhaps you were doing well in your stocks or your retirements or your savings, and people are asking you, what's your secret? When the King of Pentacles here, appears in a tarot reading, it's telling me that Virgo, you've been confident, or you've been feeling confident and successful, and you're attracting and managing wealth, whatever that wealth may be for you. That not only for Virgos, you've been identifying opportunities for your sort of personal growth and success, but you've sort of drawn upon and demonstrated a self-discipline and controlled in managing your wealth, and you've been able to invest it, whatever that amount, fairly well in the long term, and you're feeling sort of the benefits of that for some Virgos. When the arrival of the King of Pentacles comes here, for some Virgos, it may indicate that you're able to translate your vision to something tangible. I'm feeling that for many Virgos, perhaps this was a practical or a lucrative sort of earnings or benefit that you may have received in the immediate past here. It's telling me that for Virgos, for some that you didn't really, in some cases, you were able to use sort of your creative brain and channel that into ideas and create sort of hope and best practices that perhaps you were able to sort of map out a plan of attack or something that could achieve something in a good time frame, and other people recognized it. It's telling me that for Virgo, that when you apply yourself to your vision, that you're able to create success, and particularly on financial level for many Virgos. It's showing that for some, money flows or flowed very easily and was abundant to you, Virgo. And again, as you sort of sit at your pinnacle here on this card here, and you overlook your economic power and influence. And for many, you could be rest assured that you've been on top of your finances, and you're not having, and you either got out of struggle, or it feels good not to struggle. The King of Pentacles, sometimes for some Virgos, also can indicate sort of a final judgment and a creative task, again, or a business venture or an investment, and it's pointing out that Virgos, you're little workaholics, but your diligence and responsibility and attention to detail had paid off, and or recently paid off at some point, or in the process of paying off, or you're going to see those rewards. And that you've attained a goal that you feel very good about and that you feel accomplished, and it's very good. However, we want to point out that the King of Pentacles, when this shows up, that Virgo, you used a sort of methodical and planned and you were well thought out approach. When you sort of embrace those skills, that this will lead you to your success, and it's a great card for you, Virgos, and wonderful to have you here. It's sort of saying trust your intuition and just be mindful and careful of decisions as you've been doing, and you should continue to benefit from it. So now, as we move into our present here, here we show the Ten of Cups. Now, the Ten of Cups sort of, in a tarot card reading, embodies sort of a feeling of happiness and joy and emotional contentment, and particularly for Virgos, if you were lucky to benefit from your financial past there, and your rewards, that you're feeling it today in your presence, and that you're celebrating sort of that you created that key, that abundance, and it may not necessarily be in material things. It could have been in love and happiness and relationships in your life. I'm picking up for some Virgos that you're able to now share this with someone else. Perhaps if you had been alone or single for such a long time, you either met somebody or in the process of meeting them, or you're in the early stages, and that you're feeling sort of your heart expand, which is wonderful. This card, when it shows up, sort of tells me that many Virgos have been surrounding yourselves by loved ones that are important to you, and sort of that adds to your sort of strength and power, and definitely is giving you a deeper connection. It's telling me, some Virgos, you're very much appreciative, and you're supporting others, and you're realizing that together as a team, or with another person instead of by yourself, that you can attain your highest potential for everybody, and you're able to see that and sort of remember the laws of attraction that feel good and express yourself and align yourself to your positive feelings, and the universe will follow. So perhaps you've been practicing that laws of attraction. I'm also picking up that the Ten of Cups, is sort of is demonstrating or showing sort of that happy family sort of context here, that you found a family. And keep in mind, family doesn't necessarily mean blood relatives. A family is whoever you choose it to be, can be your family here. Excuse me. That there's sort of an emotional contentment, that no one's fighting anymore. There's no more arguments. There's no more tension. You're sort of getting relief of that. Excuse me. I'm picking up that that with the holidays coming about, like Labor Day, that perhaps you're planning an activity somehow. Even with the COVID-19, that you're looking, that perhaps some are planning to have some sort of activity, and that's sort of on your peripheral here. And that you're looking forward to sort of that rest and relaxation. That Virgo, we know you're kind of a workaholic here. That you can take a little bit of a break here. The Ten of Cups, is a positive card also for romantic relationships. If you're a Virgo and you're single, this is probably a good sign that something is in alignment for you. If you're open to it. If you're in a relationship, it's you're showing a little bit more of a commitment, or in the early stages you're getting a little bit closer and feeling good about that. It's showing me that you're sort of sharing a matching. You're a match in your love, and that perhaps for many you're sort of believing that you found a soulmate, and that you're destined to be with this person, and that's what you're feeling, and that's a wonderful feeling as well, Virgos. The Ten of Cups, can also show when it can also present itself for some Virgos right now, is that you're feeling a sense of wholeness, and again that completion, and that you're feeling it and aligned, and that's really what's coming across here. That between your finances and material and your relationships, that you're really coming into some sense of achievement and success in personal and financial and material things, and that for some Virgos you're reaching that idyllic state of peace, harmony, and love, and you probably couldn't be happier, and it's almost the fairy tale come true, and this is a very, very good placement here, and it's if that is resonating with many of Virgos here, this card can also point out as a reminder to sometimes take a step back and appreciate everything that you've accomplished, and be mindful of that, how you got there, the journey of how you got there, and appreciate that journey, not just look at what the end result was. It's telling me that for Virgos who have accomplished this, that you've created a life, that life connection and bliss, and continue to follow your heart and trust your intuition. That's critical. I also, in feeling that this card can encourage you to follow your heart and trust your intuition, and lead you to a lot more opportunities that really are aligned with the highest good, and it's pretty wonderful here. Congrats, Virgo. It's telling me that for when it comes to feelings and sort of emotions, let that guide you, and you'll do even better. Don't overthink things, which sometimes you might do, Virgos. It's telling me sort of to allow your inner guidance to lead the way, and this is a perfect time for this. And seek out opportunities that fulfill you, Virgo, and align you with your personal values, instead of following the safety path that others provide you. So be creative, and you'll succeed here. In our current sort of future state, here we have the Ace of Swords, and the aces in all the cards are new beginnings, and boy, you have a very, very good August here, Virgo. the ace here sort of represents that you've coming into, not only are you coming off of a sort of a new energy and sort of a revival, that it's going to continue, that this new energy and sort of intellectual sort of abundance is coming to you, Virgo. I'm picking up that you're on the verge of some sort of, for some sort of significant breakthrough in a new way of thinking that allows you, to sort of view the world with a better vision and clearer eyes, and it's more eye-opening for some. That for some Virgos are having this sort of a sudden realization. Perhaps there's a feeling of conscious understanding that on an issue that had been troubling you or sort of perplexed you, and now that understanding is coming. This sort of reminds Virgos to spend some time meditating, even if it's a few minutes in the morning. Clear your mind and focus, and that will help you and get your external self aligned with your internal vibration, and focus on the happy things. It tells me that Virgos are embracing sort of, again, that new ideas and craving sort of a stimulation, and you're looking forward to sort of jump on the next opportunity, that this sort of learning and seeing the outcome has energized you, Virgo. When the Ace of Swords appears in cards, it can also tell you, Virgo, that now is an excellent time to start a new project. If you just finished a new project, it's time to start another project, whatever interests you. It's telling me that use your intellect, and it's time for good communication skills, and mental power is going to be there and support you on this. It's telling me that Virgos are going to feel inspired, perhaps in some cases to take a writing class, or practice public speaking, or take something that's out of your realm. Venture out, something that's normally out of your comfort zone, and it will enrich you. That's coming across very clear here for some Virgos. Virgos, you can sort of, when this card here, I also pick up that that the Ace's sort of motivation is a symbol and a signal to take action on new ideas. So if you've been having them and you've been sort of reserved or not sure what to do, this is saying that now's the time to take action, to take that leap. And trust your intuition, and begin a new journey on whatever it is, and that you'll be enthused and excited about the sense of energy that build up, and you can't wait to sort of get started on something, and it's wonderful, and you can sort of harness that energy into this project, and it will come, whatever it is, whatever you're interested in. It just sort of cautions Virgos to just be sure that you remember the road may be a little bumpy at times, because nothing's perfect, but that's part of the learning process, and to embrace it and to appreciate it, and when and have fun with it. And that's the key, is to have fun with it, and as long as you're enjoying this project or whatever it is you want to take it on, that you'll have a very successful mindset, and you'll get through any hurdles that may come up. As with sort of all swords cards that show up in tarot, they represent a sense of power. The sword is a double-edged sort of blade here, as you can see on the card here, and it implies that it can create and destroy. So the message here, Virgo, also comes into is sort of reminding you that with power comes responsibility, and to be mindful that it will be up to you to sort of how you leverage these opportunities, and are you going to use it for the greater good of all, or are you going to sort of be selfish with it and aggressive in your power? So it's that's sort of the balance that you want to be mindful of, and which path you choose here, Virgo. And so I'm picking up that it's saying for some Virgos to you'll need to sort of have use your strong heart and mind, and follow intuition to the best of your power, and you will have a successful outcome. I'm feeling that here. The Ace of Swords encourages you, Virgo, to pursue the truth on the matter and to find whatever the justice can be for that. It's saying that you may want to be a champion of some cause or stand up for some rights of others that perhaps you didn't want to in the past. It's telling me that you may have that new idea for which that you're prepared to fight for and to and support and go the extra mile because you feel passionate about it. It could be for a bigger cause or a community cause. It's telling me that that you're having great clarity on this situation, and you're able to articulate it with conviction, and you're ready for to move it forward in your future here. Now, our immediate challenges, we have here the Nine of Wands, and this is the nine, but this is interesting. The nine of when the Nine of Wands sort of comes up, it's saying that for some Virgos, I'm picking up that you may, in these sort of new challenges, you may pick up some adversity. However, it's being aware of that possible challenge. But if you are aware of it and you're mindful and you stick to your skills, I'm feeling, Virgo, that you will stand tall. You will stand tall and be strong, and you will be successful. And not to be fearful of whatever these adversities or these challenges may be, these little bumps that might come up somewhere along the way. And again, it doesn't mean they will. It's basically just sort of reminding you, Virgo, to be prepared for them. And the better you're prepared, the better success you'll have. The Nine of Wands here also, perhaps some Virgos may have felt like they were battered and bruised, having to fight a battle already, or standing up, and you're sort of, it might have wore you out, and you felt struggled, but and perhaps for some, just when you thought you were making progress, you had another setback, and if that was occurring for some of you Virgos, the Nine of Wands here is asking you to trust that this is merely a test of your grit and resilience. For Virgo, stand to your true beliefs, and it's saying you will be successful. This card is telling me that you will get through any hurdles if you happen to be to experience them, to not let it wear you down. I'm feeling that for Virgos, some who are experiencing this, that you have the inner resources necessary to overcome any difficulty, and to know that. And again, use the laws of attraction here. If you're feeling there's some negativity or some sort of challenge, focus on the positives and align that positive energy, and let the universe help you with this. There's a lot of belief in this, and you have to believe it. I'm also feeling that the Nine of Wands sort of encourages you, Virgo, to sort of keep pushing. It's the card here is telling me that you're so close to to some sort of finish line that you're working on. For those who might be feeling worn out, that you might feel like you want to give up, but this is saying you're on the final leg here, and that light in the end of the tunnel is coming here, Virgo. If you've had some challenges, and to keep forward, stand firm, face your challenges, do the right thing, and you're going to achieve whatever goal it is that you're working on, if that's already in your process. It may be saying that perhaps other people were opposing you and that you didn't expect, but again, don't let these people get in your head. Sometimes it's jealousy, and just keep calm and focused, and center yourself around people who are positive and who believe in you, and you will succeed in here. Don't listen to negativity. On a even more positive note, this is also sort of tells me that you have people that are supporting you, and perhaps you may not think anyone's supporting you, but it's saying here, open your eyes. There are people supporting you. This card in the universe is supporting you. So if you be open to that, and they will come. and sort of finally, I pick up that the Nine of Wands for many Virgos is also saying that perhaps if you haven't been able to establish personal boundaries or boundaries on a project, that you've been able to do that, and you're wanting to sort of protect your boundaries in a fair and even-handed way, and it's telling me that don't let people who are pushing limits here to defeat your energy, Virgo. Again, those could be those minor challenges and those minor bumps that it could come up. But if you're prepared in advance here, Virgo, you will get through those. It's the card is also telling me that on the other side is beware of that too many barriers, if you are focusing, may prevent others from getting close to you. So you again, be mindful. So sometimes if it's too many barriers, and sort of take a pause and take a breath and reassess. But it's telling me that don't give up. That's just a minor process, and maybe you need to find sort of a new breathers. Proactively protect your boundary, and that will protect your energy, Virgo. And our immediate outcomes, we have the Hangman here. Now, if you are familiar with tarot, the Hangman means a lot different than what it looks here. Here, the purpose of the Hangman is tells us when it shows up in your reading here that it reminds us that sometimes we have to put everything on hold before we can take it to the next step. So this may be speaking to the Virgos who have been sort of experiencing challenges and a little bit of burnout. This card, it may be speaking more specifically to those Virgos that if you've been experiencing that perhaps it is time to put on hold. And use your judgment so that again you're not burned out totally, and you don't make mistakes, or you don't take in the wrong direction. And it's saying here that often the universe will do it on your behalf. And if you're in the right state of mind and your vibrations are connected, the universe may be taking care of you. And so there's an old saying that what got you here won't get you there, is applicable, and the Hangman sort of calls to a release of old mental models and sort of behavior patterns that no longer serve you, and it's an opportunity to change. The Hangman is about new perspectives and encourage you, Virgos, to embrace new opportunities that you would otherwise perhaps not used in the past. It's about thinking outside the box. And sometimes a pause, if that's what you need to do, is don't look at the pause as a negative. Look at the pause as a positive, and a rebreather, and time to reassess, and and be appreciative of that, and your energy will come. Your reading here is saying don't give up. You're in alignment. But again, this is basically for those who might be experiencing sort of the setbacks that they weren't expecting, and they're all coming at once. But this is saying, you don't push forward if your energy is not in the right spot. This is what this is. I'm picking up here is that if your energy is not in alignment to what your original goal was, the Hangman here, Virgo, is saying take pause. Get yourself back in alignment. Take a breather. You'll see it from a different perspective, and you will get through those challenges. So, this card is an invitation to welcome pauses, and welcome them with open arms, and surrender to what is, and take that pause, and take time away from your routine. Take a time to connect. Take a break. It is okay. And look at that as a positive thing. This is the universe's way of helping you, Virgo, to sort of see things in a new perspective, and it's preparing you for an up-leveling that's happening in your life right now. And if you push or resist it, you'll meet more obstacles. And again, if you're feeling negative or you're feeling down, the laws of attraction, you're going to attract the wrong things. So this is saying, if that's how you're feeling, Virgo, take the pause. Take the pause. It will be healthy. And once you take a pause, you'll come back renewed and regenerated here. So again, if you're feeling stuck, it's okay to feel stuck. Acknowledge feeling stuck. Take the time to figure out what might be holding you in the stuck position. Reassess what might be preventing you from moving forward. And the Hangman is allowing and giving you permission to do that. So embrace the pause. And find it that it will be helpful, and you will succeed. And this is a great reading here, Virgo, a wonderful reading. So that is it for our general reading. And again, it may not resonate with everybody in Virgos. It's more for the collective. Please, take what fits. Remember, it could be you, it could be someone significant to you. It depends on your sun rising, but hopefully this is for the larger group, but it's a very good reading, and make it fit where it's applicable. I again want to thank you for clicking on my YouTube channel, As I See You Tarot. I appreciate your support. I'm still new and sort of figuring out the channels here, so I appreciate your sort of forgiveness and understanding on my new venture in this new sort of modem here. So I would definitely appreciate your clicking this like video, you're subscribed to my channel, and clicking on the notifications, because those are all crucially important to Google or to the YouTube algorithms, and that will help me and expand this. So if you find that's in your heart, I appreciate it, and would thank you so much in advance. So Virgo, happy August and enjoy. What a great reading. Take care.